Okay, welcome back. So now what we're going to do is we're going to expand our idea of being continuous to an interval. Okay, so as we go on, it's always helpful to keep in mind that the idea of continuity means that we can trace the graph of a function without lifting our pencil off the paper. Okay, so with that in mind, we introduce the idea of being continuous from the left and from the right. Okay, so a function f of x is said to be continuous from the right at a if the limit as x approaches a from the right of f of x equals f of a. Likewise, a function f of x is said to be continuous from the left at a if the limit as x approaches a from the left of f of x equals f of a. Okay, so now, keep in mind the idea of being continuous on an interval means it has to be continuous at every point in the interval. Okay, so for example, if we had this interval, okay, if we're showing that a function is continuous on this interval, we would have to show that it is continuous, right, at every point on the open interval from a to b, and we would also have to show that the limit as x approaches a from what? The left, or excuse me, the right of f of x equals f of a. And we'd also have to show that the limit as x approaches b from the left, so again, we're coming from inside the interval, not outside the interval, okay? Because we're interested in the interval, the continuity of inside the interval. So we would say the limit as x approaches b from the left of f of x is equal to f of b. Okay? So why do we define it this way? Well, we define it this way by defining it this way, we are saying that, hey, in order to go from a to b, okay, we're saying that, hey, you can go from a to b without lifting up your pencil. Okay? And likewise, if we had something like this, right? Here, we would say the same thing. We would say, okay, well, if it's continuous on this interval, what we're saying is that it's continuous on the open interval from a to b, and the limit as x approaches b from the left, right, of f of x equals f of b, right? We wouldn't use the top part because we're using a parenthesis instead of a square bracket, okay? And again, the other intervals types are defined similarly, right? So if I had this one, or if I just had the open interval, a comma b, okay? We would define them similarly. Okay. Have a great day.